What's up guys, it's Ikenna here, and today I'm going to be doing a new type of video. I'm going to be trying out something new called Ask Ikenna, where basically every week or week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm going to be answering some of the most popular questions that you guys are always asking me, and yeah, I'm trying out something new. Let me know what you think about it. So today's episode is talking about if it's possible to learn 2 languages at the same time. So this is one of those things that I get a lot. I'm not sure if you remember back in high school or middle school where you had that annoying teacher when you asked, "Hey, excuse me, can I go to the bathroom?" They said, "I don't know, can you?" And you're like, "May I go to the bathroom?" And they relented and they're like, "Okay, go." I'm gonna be a little bit annoying here. If the question is, can I learn 2 languages at the same time? The answer is absolutely yes. It's been done many times before, but I don't think we should be asking can. I think we should be asking should. Should you learn 2 languages at the same time? And honestly, that answer, it varies. And that's kind of why I feel like I'm always being asked this question, is because it really depends on who you are. So I've kind of broken it down into 4 different types of people, and their answer really changes depending on the person. So the first type of person is the beginner. This is someone who has no current other language attachments. So for example, they're not really learning a language in school. You know, maybe they're in college now, they don't really take any language classes, but you know, they've always been interested in Japanese or Korean or French or Spanish, and they want to learn it by themselves. When you are wanting to learn a language for the very first time, I would always recommend to take it one at a time. I know some people get a little bit greedy. You're like, yo, Chinese look real nice, but Spanish though, and you want little languages on the side. But trust me when I say this, it's going to work out much better for you if you focus on one language. And I often use this analogy, which is it's very hard to build 2 castles from scratch at the same time, because essentially if you're a beginner and you're learning a language for the first time, that's what you're trying to do. You have nothing built, and then you're going over here, you're trying to build up this castle, and at the same time you're running over here, you're trying to build up this castle, and trying to grow 2 languages at the same time from nothing is extremely hard. And more often than not, it leads to burnout. It leads to you losing the motivation, and eventually leads you to spending a lot of time on one language and neglecting the other language and feeling bad, or just burning out in general. So if you're a complete beginner, if you're learning a language for the first time, I would recommend only studying 1 at the same time. So we got beginner. The second type of person is what I call a forced beginner. So basically, you're learning a language for the first time, or maybe for the second time, like you're quite new to it. However, you're kind of being forced to study something in school that you're not really passionate about. I get a lot of questions from people saying, "Hey, I'm studying German in school, but really I want to study Japanese. What should I do?" In this case, if you are studying a language in a school system and you're not really passionate about it, by all means, have another language on the side that is your main language that you are studying. Definitely do that. Do not feel bad because you're studying German in school, but you're very passionate about Japanese or whatnot. I would say go for it, because your language in school can be treated just like another subject. For example, mathematics or science. You wouldn't be like, "Oh, you know, I'm already studying science. Don't really have time for languages." No, I mean, go with what you're passionate about. So the third type of learner is, I guess, someone similar to me, where you've learned quite a few different languages, maybe 2, 3, 4. You're not starting from scratch. So for example, you have a new language that you're trying to learn. In my case, it's Spanish. I'm basically starting from scratch. I can learn Spanish and learn Japanese at the same time, because my Japanese is already at, let's say, a intermediate level. So I'm not creating 2 new castles from scratch. I'm building this one and doing a little bit of repairs and whatnot on the other one. That is completely fine. If you are maintaining a language and slowly trying to progress one, you can definitely learn another language from scratch at the same time. So for the 4th type of learner, I call it I don't even know what to call it. Basically, it's people who have a lot of free time and a lot of passion. Now, normally I really try to urge people not to go too language crazy, just because I know in the past, personally for myself, I was like, oh, I want to learn Japanese. Oh, I'm gonna study 6 hours a day, every single day. I'm gonna do it. And then after like 2 days, 3 days, you get burned out, if not a few days and a few weeks at least. But there are people out there that are really, really passionate about languages, and they want to learn Japanese and they want to learn German at the same time, and there's nothing that's gonna get them away from that goal. If that's you and you have a lot of time to dedicate to both of these languages, at least an hour a day for each, then go for it. I would recommend, if you're studying a language if you're studying 2 languages at the same time, go for languages that are not related. If you're studying Spanish and French at the same time, I guarantee you it's going to blend into each other because they're both Romance languages. If you're studying Ukrainian and Russian at the same time, they're going to blend in with each other, and you're definitely going to mix them up. If you're studying Chinese and Spanish, the chances of you mixing stuff up there is very little, so I would recommend that. And that's it. So if you do have questions for me, write them underneath this video. Let me know what you want to know, and I'm going to pick another question. I'm going to answer it perhaps next week or the week after that. And let me know if you like this new kind of segment. I'm trying to be a little bit more personal, and just trying to be, as helpful as I can be, answering questions that I hear all the time. So hopefully it's helpful. If you have questions that need to be answered right now and they can't wait, definitely go check out my ebook, Fluency Made Easy. It has all of my answers in there and the method that I personally use. You've probably seen the ad, sorry about that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Here are 2 cool comments from our community, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.